Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, we have had some very, very strange leaks and releases when it comes to promotion for the game. One that we went over last week was the Australian Call of Duty Twitter that was putting out images asking you to guess what was the first Task Force 141 member we would see within the campaign. And in them, there was ghost masks from the Call of Duty game Call of Duty Ghosts, which was very strange. So we started predicting a crossover between Modern Warfare and Call of Duty Ghosts, which, by the way, I really actually do think there's a good explanation for why they were doing that. We're going to look at that in a future video. You'll see what I mean by that. But today, there's a whole new teaser on the Call of Duty WhatsApp. They put out this image here, which is a picture of a ballistic knife, as you can see in the background, a frag grenade, and a bell. And when I saw this, the immediate thing that I thought was Bell from Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And it's super strange that they would be bringing this up now when the game of Modern Warfare 3, not a Black Ops game, but Modern Warfare 3 was just about to launch. So I wanted to make a video discussing exactly what this meant. And I know that's weird because the game is launching tomorrow. I just uploaded a video earlier today going over everything that you need to know before you play the game. You should really check out that video, link down below. But I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about this while it was still going on and what it could potentially mean, because I do think that there is a reason why they did this and how Bell, or at least the Black Ops universe, could be tied into Modern Warfare. And in fact, there's some evidence behind it within the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, let's start out with the bell itself. This bell is a stock image. They got it online, they found it, they paid for it, and they used it in this image, but they created the rest with the ballistic knife and the frag grenade. So why put this as their WhatsApp image unless they were referring to Bell himself? Well, let's start answering that question by answering first, who is Bell? So in case you didn't play Black Ops Cold War, he is the main protagonist, at least kind of within the campaign. You see, when you start off in the first mission, you are Russell Adler, Frank Woods, and Alex Mason, and you are trying to stop a deal between Perseus and a weapons dealer, and you get to this tarmac, and as it turns out, when you go onto the tarmac, hunting down some information on Perseus, one of the people in the vehicle is still alive. So Russell Adler brings him in and starts to brainwash him, making him think that he is a deep cover CIA agent, when in reality, he was working for Perseus originally. Perseus, if you didn't already know, is essentially an organization within the Soviet Union that is very strongly against the West and against America, and they have extreme beliefs, more extreme than Russia themselves. So Bell has all of this background information, and Russell Adler thought if we can brainwash him, we can use him to figure out who Perseus actually is. So throughout the rest of the game, you play as Bell working alongside the CIA, slowly making realizations about Perseus. Now, by the end of the game, you end up stopping Perseus based off of the information that Bell has up in his head. However, at the very end of the game, this is what happens.
Arctic air. There's the head, doesn't it? Bell, you made two extraordinary sacrifices to stop Perseus. One was without your knowledge. The other, you made that decision of your own accord. I just want you to know that this little thing that's happened with you and me, it was always for the greater good. You're a goddamn hero, you know that, kid. Heroes have to make sacrifices. That's why when I ask you for one more, I hope you understand. It was never personal.
So Bell's dead, right? Well, one thing that we do know is Russell Adler is not dead, because he was in the rest of the story in Black Ops Cold War, working to find Stitch, going to Verdansk, so on and so forth. So at the very least, they shot each other. Do we know that Bell's dead? Not technically, because the screen faded to black. And as we know with Call of Duty, if you don't see someone die, they are probably not dead. Now, the issue comes in the fact that Modern Warfare 3 takes place in the year 2023, whereas Black Ops Cold War takes place in the Cold War, which means if Bell was in Modern Warfare 3, he would pretty much be 80 and not able to be a CIA operative anymore. So that's it, done and shut, right? We've closed the case. It is not Bell. Bell is not coming to Modern Warfare 3. Well, that may be true. However, there's a little bit more to this than meets the eye. As of right now, there is a rumor that every single season of Modern Warfare 3 is going to be based off of a previous Call of Duty game. This started with a leak that the Season 3 weapons were all going to be weapons from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. So we may be seeing operators added in every single season from previous Call of Duty games, like Call of Duty Ghosts, like the previous teasers that we saw, like characters from Black Ops Cold War, like we are seeing here. So that's an opportunity, but there is one thing that I can confirm. There is an entire storyline hidden in the Modern Warfare 3 campaign that specifically has to do with Perseus, therefore having to do with Bell. So I talked about this yesterday in my Easter eggs video, but in the mission payload, you go into a Soviet bunker and you find a bunch of Soviet flags, things along those lines, but those aren't the only flags that you find. You find flags specifically with the Perseus logo on them, which means Perseus is once again in the Modern Warfare universe. And we did see things about this in the raid within Modern Warfare 2 as well, extending out this idea. In fact, when this happened, I had this idea that Vladimir Makarov might actually be the leader of Perseus with his extreme views within Modern Warfare 3. And in fact, there is more evidence to this. I want you to pay close attention to this cutscene between Kate Laswell and Yuri. Yuri is an informant within the Soviet Union who informs on Vladimir Makarov and specifically on Russia. But I want you to pay attention to what he has to say about Makarov and the Soviet Union.
I'm giving you everything we know.
Why?
Russia and the West face similar threats from within. It is imperative we collaborate to control them. Противник моего оппонента, мой союзник.
Nikolai by с этим согласился.
Он настоящий патриот. The Kremlin is not behind these chemicals.
That doesn't mean Makarov isn't working with Moscow.
There are extremists in both our governments.
When Yuri says Russia and the West face similar threats from within, that is essentially describing exactly what Perseus is all about. We even see this within Black Ops Cold War. When you go into the inner KGB, you see several higher-ups within the Soviet Union who are also working alongside Perseus agents, but they don't even know it. That is what Perseus is all about, and that is exactly what Yuri was describing within that cutscene. So this essentially explains the crossover between Black Ops and Modern Warfare universes, but to make things even better, as I'm recording this video, the Call of Duty HQ updated to have a Call of Duty Cinematic Universe trailer when you boot it up, just like Marvel, and guess what it combines? Now, if you want me to, what I will do is have a separate video going into a deeper dive as to how the Perseus and Makarov crossover would actually work and how the story would take place behind it. So if you want to see that, hit that like button, let me know down in the comments, that kind of thing. But what I'm telling you for now is that next year we are set to get a brand new Black Ops game, and I am willing to bet that closer towards that launch, we are going to start to see more and more evidence of Perseus arrive within Modern Warfare 3. And I think Makarov will most likely be the leader of that. I think that is what this evidence is leading up to. Not necessarily Bell being returned to the game because, well, he's really old at this point, but more so the crossover between the Black Ops universe and the Modern Warfare universe. And I have a feeling throughout the year, we are going to get more and more of that. So let me know what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Launch is tomorrow, so make sure you're subscribed. Lots of videos coming here and the second channel. But as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace.
We are rich. reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard.